Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to you with that instant basketball analysis. Of course, on this beautiful Saturday night, we have a good game and a couple more, and we're gonna do it live on YouTube, of course, on Analysis Playground on there exclusively forever on YouTube, and we're gonna talk about how the Houston Rockets was able to beat the Denver Nuggets 115 to 101. The Nuggets go to 20-7 and 8-5 at home. And the Rockets go to 17-8 and 9-6 on the road. Denver won the first quarter 29-26, and the second quarter was won by the Rockets 27-16. That's crazy that the Nuggets only scored 16 points in a quarter. That usually don't happen because it's just that hard to stop them. But the Rockets also won the third quarter to 29-21, and the game was basically over at that point. They just had to finish them off, which they did lose the fourth quarter though, 33-35. But the lead was out of reach for the Denver Nuggets, and the Rockets was able to finish the game with the win. Kevin Wayne Durant, 40 minutes for him, 31 points, the most on the team. That was game high for the Rockets and also for the Denver Nuggets. Also, he shot 8 of 14 from the field, mainly mid-range shots and threes. He went 5 of 6 from three. He also took a whole lot of free throws. They couldn't stay in front of him. They couldn't guard him the right way. So he kept getting there, and he went 10 of 11 from the free throw line, only missing one. He also had 6 rebounds and 5 assists and 3 turnovers. He also had a block on Jokic and 2 personal fouls and was a plus 18 and plus minus. We know how hard it is to stop him. We know how hard it is for him to be guarded, and we know how good his jump shot is. And they just try to find a way to make it tough, try to find a way to get him off balance. Didn't really matter much in this one. He was just that hot. Jabari Smith Jr. had a good game also. 38 minutes. He had 22 points. He was also 8 of 14 from the field. The difference is he only had 2 free throw attempts, and he went 1 of 2 from free throw line. He also made 5 threes, but he shot 11, so he didn't shoot as good as Durant did, but he also didn't shoot that bad. But he also had a double-double because he had 10 rebounds. He also had 2 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 blocks, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls. It was a minus. It was a plus 21 and plus minus. I like what he was able to do out there. Just find ways to stay open and take the good looks, even if you miss them, because that's a high percentage shot, especially for a guy of his caliber and his shooting stroke. And like I said, just killing it on the board. Just did a good job of knowing where the rebounds was at and getting to them. You have to close possession, especially against a good team like the Nuggets, and they was able to do that as a team because every starter had a rebound. They also moved the ball real well when they wasn't scoring in isolation type opportunities. They all had to assist or more. They all also had a block or more, depending on the player in the starting lineup too. Şengün wasn't really needed to score a lot of points in this one. He also didn't get a lot of assists. He finished with 30 minutes and he had 8 points. He went 4 of 9 from the field or 1 from 3. He had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, and 3 personal fouls, and was a plus 24 and plus minus. He turned the ball over more than he got assists. That was one problem. Other than that, he just stayed out of the way, and when he did have the ball, he got rid of it early because he didn't really have too many shots that he liked in this one, which ended up making sense because it's better than missing shots or taking 4 shots, which you don't really like. But he did dribble and do a little bit too much, and that's how he kept turning the ball over. You want to see him make decisions that's quicker and more knowledgeable instead of just trying to make something happen like he was doing a lot in this game and has done throughout the season and throughout his career. Josh Okogie was just splashing wide open threes. They kept leaving him open, and he hurted them going 3 of 5 from 3 and had 9 points in 29 minutes. He also had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 4 personal fouls, and was a plus 6 and plus minus. And Amen Thompson played 38 minutes and had 16 points and went 7 of 14 from the field and 0 of 2 from 3 and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He also had 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and a plus 19 and plus minus. Kept catching them off guard with his defense. They know how good of a defender he is. They know how fast he can be on a perimeter, but they just never could adjust to him in this one. and then he just kept scoring near the paint. He missed his threes, but he did get a lot of layups and dunks like he usually does, and it ended up working out for him in this game. Jayshawn Tate, 2 minutes for him. He didn't do anything because of that, and he just finished as a -6 and plus minus. Steven Adams scored 1 point because he went 1 of 2 from the free throw line, but he did miss all his other shots, going 0-4 from the field in 25 minutes. The best part about his night was that he had 12 rebounds, and 5 of them was offensive, 7 of them was defensive, and he finished with 1 personal foul, which was also good. And he was a -10 in plus minus. Aaron Holiday didn't score in 8 minutes. He went 0-2 from the field and 0-1 from 3, but he did have 4 rebounds and 3 turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and he finished as a -12 in plus minus. Of course, you'd rather see him score. It just didn't work out for him in this one, but he didn't take a lot of shots where it hurt your offense. Plus, he did a good job on the boards for a guard. And Reed Shepherd, he had a big night off the bench, 30 minutes, 28 points. He didn't miss many jump shots in this one, even if it was from mid-range. He finished the game 9 of 15 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3, and made all his free throws, going 4 for 4 there. He also had 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 3 steals, and 2 blocks, and 4 personal fouls, and was a +10 in plus minus. Gave you the best that you could get when it comes to bench playing. They all helped in their own way, but man, 28 points, that's a lot of points for a player to score. And it was all done efficiently too, and he was able to not do it in multiple ways. So you look at the fact that he also had a good amount of assists too. He was really showing you how good of an offensive player that he can be, but he's still showing you that he's not just a one-dimensional player. He can also step it up defensively. He's been showing that all season, and he did it again tonight. The rest of the guys did not play, although they was healthy. 39 to 77, 51% from the field. As a team, 19 to 35, 54% from 3. 18 to 23, 78% from the free throw line. 47 rebounds, 24 assists, 19 turnovers, 6 steals, 9 blocks, and 20 personal fouls. They did a really good job of scoring in the matchups that they had and moving the ball and getting out in transition and creating transition opportunities with steals and blocks, and then obviously the offensive rebounds, and also the ability to use the attention that they gain to use that to get to their teammates to get good looks. All was going real well for them in this one. The Denver Nuggets, they ended up playing everybody that was healthy. Cameron Johnson ended up going 1 of 3 from the three-point line and 2 of 10 from the field, and 1 of 1 from the free throw line. So he finished with 6 points in 32 minutes. You needed more out of him in this one, but he also had 4 rebounds, 3 assists with no turnovers, and a steal, and 1 personal foul, and was a -14 in plus minus. Spencer Jones, 28 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 4 rebounds. Everybody in the starting lineup had a rebound or more, and he also had 2 assists, Spencer Jones did, and 2 steals, and he also had 2 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a +1 in plus minus. He did a good job of getting to the basket, but other than that, he didn't shoot the ball that great because he missed all his threes. Nikola Jokic ended up scoring because they was basically saying, we rather you score than hurt us with the pass. 29 minutes for him, 25 points, 9 of 20 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He ended up having 7 rebounds, which was the most for the starters. He also had 5 assists, but he also had 5 turnovers. And he also had 2 offensive rebounds and almost fouled out of this game with 5 personal fouls, and was a -20. I mean, it's good if you can get Jokic to play 29 minutes. That means you can have a good chance of winning that game, especially when Jamal Murray only gets 16 points. He played 35 minutes and went 4 of 13 from the field and 3 of 7 from 3. He also went 5 of 6 from the free throw line and had 7 assists with 2 turnovers, with 4 rebounds and 2 steals. And he had no personal fouls, but he was a -12 and plus minus, and never really got going offensively when it comes to scoring the basketball. And that was an advantage that the Rockets had on them. Everybody was able to hurt the Denver Nuggets, and you can't really say the same for the Nuggets on their defense, because Tim Hardaway Jr. was the 3rd starter to not score in double figures because he played 30 minutes and went 3 of 9 from the field and 2 of 5 from 3. That's only 8 points. Although he did have 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and a steal, he also had 3 personal fouls and was a minus 22 and plus minus. And then the bench, they had some guys that came off the bench that played better than certain starters. And this one, Hunter Tyson made a jump shot from distance, but he went 1 of 4 from the field and 0 of 2 from three. The jump shot gave him 2 points in 5 minutes. He also had 1 rebound. It was offensive and 1 personal foul, and he was a +7 and plus minus. Zeke Naji didn't do much because he only played 11 minutes and had 1 point because he went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He missed his only three, and that was the only shot that he took from the field. And he also had 1 personal foul and was a -1 and plus minus. Jonas Valanciunas, 16 minutes, 10 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive rebound, and a -10 and plus minus. He had the jump shot really going, and then he was able to finish around the paint. Two, Bruce Brown did the same thing. He kept finding ways to finish around the basket. Ended up getting some and ones because of that. In 20 minutes, he finished with double-figure points, too, with 12 and went 5 of 8 from the field, all high percentage looks. 2 of 2 from the free throw line and did a real good job of helping him on the boards, finishing with a double-double off the bench because he ended up having 12 rebounds. He also had 1 assist, 2 steals, and a block, 3 offensive rebounds, 5 personal fouls, and a -7 and plus minus. And then Jalen Pickett, he had his jump shot going besides making 1 layup. He went and got 10 points in 22 minutes and was 4 of 7 from the field, 0 of 1 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and a +1 and plus minus. And then Julian Strawther, he scored 2 points because he went 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He missed his only 2 field goals in 5 minutes. He also did get an assist and had no personal fouls and finished as a +7 and plus minus. The reason why they lost this game is because they went 37 of 92. That's 40% from the field. They could not slow down or stop the Rockets, and they could not keep up with them either because they also went 8 of 29, 28% from three. They also went 19 of 23. They shot the same amount of free throws as the Rockets. They just made theirs at 83%. The Rockets made theirs at 78%. And the Rockets also out-rebounded them 47 to 39. They had 24 assists while the Nuggets only had 21. But the Rockets did have 19 turnovers and the Nuggets only had 11. But it didn't matter anyway in this one because the Denver Nuggets did have 9 steals and the Rockets only had 6. But the Rockets had 9 blocks while the Nuggets only had 2. The offensive rebounds, the Nuggets had 1 more than the Rockets, 10 to 9. And then defensive rebounds, the Rockets had 38 compared to the 29 of the Denver Nuggets, and both teams had 20 personal fouls. Other than that, the Rockets was able to get them back a little bit in this one by getting this win, and they were showing you them that we can compete with y'all, we can hang with y'all, we can score just as well as y'all. I know no Aaron Gordon, I know no Christian Brown and stuff like that, but the Rockets also got players missing too. And it's going to be fun to see these teams continue to go against each other because they do have good offensive players. They do put you in tough situations, and they do got good guys that can really hurt you in multiple ways, even if it's on or off the ball, because both teams believe in moving the ball and moving, without the ball and cutting or even getting open. So that's something that both of these teams do well, and the Rockets was able to do it better than the Nuggets in this one, and they walk away and get the victory. And the Nuggets, they can be that way. Sometimes, if Jokic and Murray don't really have it going or they're not really dominating the game, they look real human and real beatable. And, that's something that every team has, but that's their kryptonite. They have to have them guys playing at a high level basically every single game. If they slip up a little bit, especially with the injuries that they have sustained, even when a guy like Peyton Watson missing time now too, this is a situation where they're very vulnerable and they're very beatable. And the Rockets took good advantage of that as they're trying to stay, in the top 6 and possibly the top 4 in the Western Conference. And it makes sense for them to try to go for home court advantage. It makes no sense not to, especially when you're not too far out and you're close to being in. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. I also do conversation videos like this, but in different NBA topics and basketball ones too. I also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage too. And not only that, I also would say I have over 4,000 plus videos already on my channel that you can watch right now, and it's all for free. And on top of that, I try to upload videos every single day throughout the day to give y'all something to watch and look forward to when it comes to basketball NBA content. Other than that, thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for showing love. Thanks for showing respect. Thanks for being considerate. And thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is and continuing to come back and enjoy the content that I make and how I make it. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all hopefully later today with more analysis.